All right, hello everybody. Hello and welcome to episode 19 of the CMLL 2004 series in TW9. I'm Hijo del Amigo. What's going on, everybody? Happy Sunday. I hope everybody is doing well. If you're watching this on YouTube, I hope you're having a happy whatever day it happens to be. And yeah, this is going to be a special episode today. It's going to be a big one because we are going to be running our biggest show of the year, CMLL Anniversario 71. So yeah, the card is fully laid out already. We've got a bunch of big matches. I mean, there you see it. And yeah, it's literally September 24th. It is today. So there is nothing left that we have to do before we actually there's one thing. We need to find the new head trainer. So forget about Anniversario for a second. Yeah, before we do that, I keep forgetting. In the last episode, we've been getting this note lately where during the backstage interactions when it talks about your training, it'll say sometimes word is the session didn't go well or something along those lines. And I didn't really know why that was. So I commented on the Grey Dog forums and I found the answer, but also somebody commented on the last video. So thank you to that person. I don't have their name written down. But apparently that's a message you get when alright, well, he has normal morale. People were saying that if your trainer has bad morale or not the right personality type, you can get that message. So yeah, we're gonna have to find somebody better suited to be a trainer. Alright, well, apparently there's a ton of candidates. Just go through. Alright, his professional personality is well suited to the role. Yeah, we want to find somebody well suited. Black Magic has the natural trainer attribute. Let's look at his stats. And his basics could be a little better. But he does have natural trainer, which means he gets a boost. I don't know how much of a boost. Blue Demon Jr. Well, Blue Demon Jr. is only here temporarily, so maybe not him. He's going to be leaving in May. Blue Panther, definitely an option, I would assume. Yeah, his basics are incredible. His safety is really good. His consistency. Let's see. He has passage on knowledge, but he doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't have the natural trainer. But he's still a really good option. So keep him in mind. Brazo de Plata. Hugh Wagner Jr. He's also really good, not quite as good at the basics as Blue Panther. All right, he's not a natural trainer. Ooh, what about El Dandy? Oh, I think it said he had natural trainer. He does. His safety isn't as good. All right, so far it seems like the best candidate is Blue Panther. Although it could potentially be El Dandy or even Black Magic. Oh, his insecure personality is perhaps not the best. Oh, okay. There's Grand Hamada. Good basics, not the safest. Surprisingly, he doesn't have natural trainer. We don't want a party animal as the head trainer. He's gonna show up hungover, and that's not good. James Gibson. He's good, but he's not quite good enough. Jushin Liger's only here temporarily. Another party animal. LA Park Insecure. Oh, Lance Storm has the natural trainer. Hold on. Oh, he's got good safety and basics. Ooh, it might be Lance Storm. it may be Lance Storm. So now, like, Lance Storm and Blue Panther are looking like the best options. Oh, we can have a grifter. He's gonna be like, all right, I'll train you guys, but every time you show up, you need to give me $20. It's the new company policy. Ricky Marvin. I'm kind of surprised his safety isn't better, but that's fine. Super Parka, natural trainer. Not as good as Lance Storm. Also, Ultimo Dragon has the natural trainer attribute, but he's an egomaniac. So I guess it would balance out to him being neutral. I think we're gonna go with Lance Storm. Oh, we need to remove Virus first. Right. Sorry, Virus. We'll give him some money. All right, congratulations, Lance Storm. And you know, speaking of giving Virus some money, we've got a lot of people with morale issues. I believe it's because we left a lot of these people off the last pay-per-view. Tempted to give just everyone bonus, but that could, you know, that can add up real quickly. If you do like 5,000 for 89 people, that's, yeah, it could be a lot. Does anybody have big morale issues? Better Wow Jr. All right, we don't want him upset. He's very important. We're gonna give him 10 grand. Still, wait, what? Yeah, 15 more. What? What are you so annoyed about? He's annoyed because he was blamed for injuries. Well, we give him 35,000 per month. All right, we've given him 25,000 so far. So how about we give him another 15? All right, he's pleased. It's good. Yeah, we definitely don't want one of our main players set. Is anybody else important? Viernes is somewhat important. Paying him 12 grand a month. What if I give you like 10 G's? We're kind of spending a lot of money here right before our big show. Hopefully it pays off in the end. You know, nobody phones it in because they're upset. Oh yeah, we'll give Virus his bonus. All right, I think that'll do it actually. There's nobody else too important that's upset. Hey, he's happy. All right, cool. All right, so I think that's gonna do it for now. We have Anniversario to book. So instead of running down the card like I was going to do, we're just gonna advance, and we will run down the card as we book it. So here we go. Oh, and just to show you guys, nobody worry. We've got Dragon Kid here. We've got Milano Collection AT here. And we've got Jushin Thunder Liger here. I got them off screen last time just so I wouldn't forget. All right, now with everything out of the way, Anniversario 71, everybody. Let's hear it. Clap it up, everybody. Woo! No one will be getting the night off. It is our biggest show of the year. We're probably gonna do some kind of big battle royal. 37,000. My goodness. Okay. Is there a 37,000 seat arena? Jesus. All right, there's literally nowhere in Mexico we can go to hold a crowd this size. Let's see what we can pull. All right, the best we can do is 25,000. That's fine. Oh wait, hold on. Actually, did I check the other Oh yeah, it seems like the best we can do is El Torre. All right, this is our biggest show of the year, guys. All right, Casas, Panther, Sankaras, Savio Vega, please. I need you guys to put your hands in like you're summoning Captain Planet, and I need you guys to bring the heat. Give me the heat. Let's go. A safe bet for Dr. Wagner. Okay. Okay. All right, one more. A near. All right, you know what? I asked for the heat and I got it. All right. Negro Casas and Miguel Linares are travel with. All right, cool. Brand new head trainer, Lance Storm. I feel like he was the head trainer before, and we switched him out for some reason. I don't know. Well, Lance Storm, new trainer. Training went well. Blue Panther entertained the locker room for poker tournament. All right, keeping everybody's spirits up before the big show. Hector Garza in a good mood. Presumably not hungover. All right, we're gonna make a big speech. We're gonna rally the troops here. You know, I've never got like, is it possible for the speech to fail? I've never gotten that message, but I always thought that you know, that should be a thing. Sometimes you give the speech and it doesn't work out. I guess I pre-booked these 2 matches. So we'll just drop them in, I guess. I forgot I did this. All right, this is our main event. Infierno en el ring, lucha de apuestas, rules, eliminations, everything's going on here. On the technical side, we've got Negro Casas as the captain of his team, so to speak, the leader. LA Park, El Hijo del Santo, and Felino rounding out the squad. And they are taking on Los Perros del Mal. Perro Jr., Hector Garza, Blue Demon Jr. Wow, I forgot his name for a second. That's bad. And Mr. Aguilar. And if you take a look over here, this is a lucha de apuestas. And I guess no, whatever. Pedro Guau Jr. is going to be the winner. And per the rules of the match, the final person eliminated will be the person to have their head shaved or their mask removed, and that is going to be Negro Casas. So yeah, Pedro Guau Jr., who previously lost a lucha de apuestas match against LA Park, getting a measure of revenge here, shaving his former mentor Negro Casas bald in a huge match for us. Also, yeah, we've got Damien 666 and Halloween interfering. You know, we're gonna bump this up to 20 minutes. We're gonna get Blue Panther on this. We've got our new commentator, Arturo Rivera here. And there's no championships on the line. All right. Oh, right, and we're gonna use that near certainty for Pedro Guau Jr. That's why I was so excited when we got that. It's exactly what we needed. Shout out to the booking team. All right, and another big match on the card. More technicals versus Perros del Mal action. We've got the blood match, so to speak, between Shocker and Vampiro, and this is also a lucha de apuestas. And big surprise, we're gonna have Shocker be the winner. Vampiro is going to be shaved. And again, there's no titles on the line. Excuse me. All right, we're giving him 15 minutes. I don't know how many actually good finishes we have. Let's see. Got 1 safe bet, 1 near certain, 2 near certainties, 2 safe bets. I've got 2 near certainties and 2 safe bets. Oh, and ironically, we had a near certainty for Negro Casas, just in case we want to reverse the outcome of the main event. You know, we're gonna use a. We're gonna risk it. We're gonna use a safe bet here. You know, I believe in these two, but if this creative finish hits, it definitely wouldn't hurt anything. All right, other matches on the card. Let's work our way up from the bottom, actually. So we're gonna open with Lance Storm taking on the returning Black Magic, aka Norman Smiley. I've been trying to remember his name since the episode started. I just remembered it now. Norman Smiley returning to CMLL, reprising his old gimmick. They're going to open the show with a 10-minute technical masterclass. And unfortunately for Norman Smiley, Lance Storm, he's younger, he's fresher, his back's feeling good now. He's gonna get the win here. All right, yeah, big welcome back for Norman Smiley. All right, up next we've got trios action. All right, we've got the technical team. We've got the legendary El Connect teaming with Mr. Niebla and and El Pantera. Hello Olivero Montero. I'm glad you're here. Yeah. I also can't wait for the show. I hope it does good, man. I really hope it does good. Mistico and Volador Jr. not having chemistry last time, and Negro Casas and Felino not having tag chemistry. It was really annoying. So I hope everything goes well on this show. No, I hope we have some good luck. All right, anyways, the Rudo team here is going to be El Dandy, Pirata Morgan, and of course his nephew Rey Bucanero. Basically the reason this match is happening is because I realized I didn't have anything for Pirata Morgan and Rey Bucanero. And they're both really over. You know, Rey Bucanero is one half of the tag champions. Pirata Morgan he's just Pirata Morgan. So yeah, I wanted to get them on the card, and we're gonna have them get the win here. So, you know what? Yeah, we're gonna give the win to Pirata Morgan. Make this an open match. And you know, we're gonna have him cheat. It's gonna be tainted. We'll have him be Mr. Nebula. We're gonna give them 12 minutes. So this should be a pretty decent match. Oh, and up next we have our Steal the Show match. This is kind of a this is a cool match, you know. Like, this is the match that in 2004 somebody would make a they would make a music video of it with like a Linkin Park song or something. So yeah, this is definitely gonna be the Spot Fest match. What's a good Linkin Park song? Crawling in my skin. All right, never mind. Where is? How do we do? All right, hold on. All right, 4-way tag team. There we go. Boom. All right, 4-way tag team. This is not an elimination match. This is just a straight up first person to get a pinfall or submission wins. First team, we've got Volador Jr. and Ricky Marvin. Up next, we have the Los Invernales. Viernes, and Super Crazy. All right, then we've got the New Japan imports, the Ultimo Dragon students, Dragon Kid and Milano Collection AT. And then rounding out the field with the real stars, Tarzan Boy and James Gibson. I still have to come up with a name for these guys, man. Los Bajapantes, maybe? That could be a fun name. And you know, I imagine their gimmick, like, eventually, like, they start off kind of as jobbers, but then as they get more over, it will get more fleshed out. I could see, like, doing a whole segment where they, like, come out and dance with girls from the audience, you know, and, like, they play music and there's cool lights and the crowd's all into it. But then every time James Gibson would go to dance with the girls, they would be, like, turned off and be like, no, no. And he'd be all embarrassed and mad. I think that could be a fun bit. You know, and then the baby faces could get in on it. They could. All right, I'm getting too into this. All right, this is our Steal the Show match. We're gonna give them 12 minutes. All right, and after all that talk about Tarzan Boy and James Gibson, we're gonna have Volador Jr. get the win. We're gonna have him be. We'll have him be Viernes. Okay, you know what though? We're gonna do a flash pinfall. So kind of like a surprise win. Actually, should we try to like here? All right, let's hop on these. All right, you know what? I think Great Sasuke can road agent this. If there's anyone that knows how to put together a cool spot fest, it's him. And yeah, Rick Knox can do this too. Very a PWG style match. All right, I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna book all the matches we have, and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna do a big battle royal and get everybody else that's not booked in there, or mostly everybody else, so that way after the show nobody will be upset. All right, I'm just saying that now, but we've got a few more matches to book. Up next is the middleweight championship. All right, this should be a cool match. If these two don't have chemistry, I am throwing my laptop out the window. All right, so Ultimo Dragon and the Great Sasuke. And I see this is going to be one-on-one Lucha Libre rules. Best 2 out of 3 falls. All right, championship on the line. We're going to give them a cool 15 minutes. And yeah, we're going to let them do their thing. But ultimately, at the end of the day, we are going to keep the title on Ultimo Dragon. You know, we put the title on him. I just think he's a bit more consistent and reliable and less likely to injure people. So yeah, no offense to Great Sasuke. Should we use one of these certainties? I think we will. All right. All right, we've already got the Lucha de Apuestas down. So that brings us to our next championship match. This time we're going to have the welterweight title up for grabs. Mephisto takes on rising superstar Mistico. Bwah, bwah, bwah. Or I guess in CMLL it wouldn't be like the hip hop air horns. It would be like a Mistico, bwah, 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 Mistico, bwah, bwah, bwah. Right? They bring their own air horns and the clacker things. All right, championship match. Big Mistico looking to become a double champion. All right, I think we're gonna give them even a little more time. We're gonna give them. Oh, well, this has to be Lucha Libre rules, right? Don't forget that. We're gonna give them 17 minutes. This is kind of the coming out party for Mistico as a singles guy. So yeah, oh yeah, no suspense there. Mistico's obviously gonna win. Obviously. Now we're gonna have it be a dramatic comeback. All right, we're gonna use the other near certainty on this match. Please do not let this fail me. I just want to check something. Oh, okay, yeah, I forgot to do the pinfall score, so we're gonna do non-comeback 2-1. And you know what? Actually, for this match, let's add a little some storyline wrinkles, shall we say? We're gonna have Jushin Thunder Liger be at ringside with Great Sasuke, and we're gonna have Gran Hamada at ringside with Ultimo Dragon. So even though it's kind of a friendly match, they've got they've got their seconds with them. Nothing unusual about that. All right, and speaking of Jushin Liger, it's time to book our special attraction match of the evening, which is also going to be our co-main event. Kind of a cool down in between the big Mistico match and the main event, but also a big match in its own right because it's going to have a lot of stars. So in one team, we're going to have Blue Panther, Jushin Thunder Liger, and of course Atlantis. And they're going to be taking on the Rudo trio of Dr. Wagner Jr., Nicho El Millonario, and Ultimo Guerrero. I was about to say Ultimo Dragon. They almost got me. We're going to give this just 15, I think is fine. Or maybe even a little less. Maybe you know what? No, we're going to give them the full 15. This is our biggest show of the year, right? Let them go all out. I know Brazo del Oro. I believe he has the Agent of Tags. Does that does that affect? Oh, it does affect Trios matches. Nice. All right, so he can do this match. Again, let's write in these names. All right, and so this is kind of an all-stars match. I think I actually want the technicos to win. And specifically, we're going to give the win to Blue Panther. Have the match be open, and I don't really care who he beats, but we're gonna have this also be a comeback. Oh, see, do we have a finish we can use? Right, we have a Blue Panther finish, but it's only likely, so we're not going to use that. Oh, we have a safe bet. All right, cool. I really hope all of these creative finishes we're using hit. It's kind of scary sometimes. It's like there's even been times I've used like a near certainty and had it fail, so it's a little scary. Oh, Ultimo Guerrero's a bit unhappy. Oh no. What do I think about that? I mean, to be fair, Wagner and Ultimo Guerrero are the biggest stars in this match. But, I just thought it would be nice to let the technicals have this. Especially considering that, we've already established that the technicals are going to lose in the main event. Yeah, I think we're just going to let them win. And we'll just give Ultimo Guerrero some money afterwards. He's only a bit unhappy. All right, so these are all the matches we had planned. So let's see. All right, who is not booked? How big should we make this battle royal? Let's see. We got Alan Stone. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Probably not the juniors. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I don't know. I'm going to do like 25 and see. That might be too many. Maybe we'll have to make it less. Maybe we have to make it more. Let's find out. Let's find out. I'm too impatient to count. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, we might have had to. We might actually need to do more. All right, let's expand it to 30. So we're just doing a Royal Rumble on the undercard, essentially. Who's gonna win this? We'll figure it out afterwards. All right, so 30-man lottery is essentially Royal Rumble rules if we just want to copy it outright. But it runs for between 56 and 75 minutes, so yeah, we don't want that. Actually, never mind. All right, let's try this again. 1, 2, 3. All right, I'm not gonna count. I'm just gonna click people. I'm sorry if this is boring. All right, gotta get Damien 666 Halloween in there. Alterible. Actually, let me see. All right, Super Delphin. Yeah, it's probably with Virusin. Universal 2000 is actually pretty over. All right, yeah, she'd definitely be in there. Let's see, who do we take out? Yeah, we'll take out. Yeah, we'll take out Dr. Ekis and Lismar Jr. Do Universo. Now, let's see, who's the most over person here? Our sudden death elimination. Lismark Jr. pretty popular actually. We might just get it back in. Oh, Scorpio's got him actually. Oh, Tineblas. All right, Tineblas Jr. it is. All right, he won the sudden death round. Oh, we'll give this 13 minutes. I don't want this to overstay its welcome. So yeah, people are going to be getting tossed out of there pretty fast. Who the hell should win this? Who do we think is the most over person in this match? We could upset everyone and have El Terrible win. That could be fun. Also, you know what? I just thought about it. We're gonna take out Berioff Jr. and put in my boy Super Dolphin. He might not be that over, but he's over to me. God damn it. Berioff Jr. can just stand on the outside of the ring and help his boys cheat. Yeah, you know what? We're gonna give it to El Terrible. Whatever. This isn't an important match, anyways. El Terrible. He's gonna cheat. I don't know how you cheat in a battle royal, but it's gonna be tainted. Yeah, here we're gonna do outside interference. Oh, you know what? This will require me to figure out who the final elimination is, and I actually don't want to do that. So he's just gonna win. It's gonna be tainted. Whoever the road agent is, can figure it out. We're gonna have this be the second match on the show. All right, and there was still people left over, so maybe we can do like a 4v4 or a 5-on-5. Although this might have to be like on the pre-show, just considering who is left over. Oh, did I not put back in Lismark Jr.? That's pretty funny. All right, Lismark Jr., Misterioso, Los Junior Brazos, and Los Sombre de Plata. So this is definitely a pre-show match. On this side, we got Dr. Ekis, our boy Ramstein, Zumbito, Zumbito. El Fantasma Jr. and screw it, Savio Vega. We never book him in matches. He's just kind of on the booking team. All right, we're giving them 8 minutes on the pre-show. We're gonna give the win to Lismark Jr. He's done some jobs for us lately, so this is kind of our way of saying thank you. You know, thank you for jobbing to James Gibson. All right, so that's our card. We can definitely get a couple of promos on here, so we're gonna do just that. All right, first up, let's get the technicos. Got Negro Casas, El Hijo del Santo, LA Park, and Felino. Right? And they're just going to be doing a backstage interview with Shelly Martinez. They're going to talk about how Los Perros del Mal, they're all such arrogant, self-centered, rude, idiots, everything in the book. Just what else needs to be said? They don't like these guys. They don't like them, and they don't respect them. It's gonna be hype. Do we have any angle ideas? We went one near certainty. We went very risky for Ultimo Dragon. We got to use that on this show. All right, we'll save the near certainty. All right, and if you guessed that we're gonna do the exact same promo but the reverse with Perros del Mal, you are right. Right, they're cutting a promo. Basically, again, just the same things they've been saying for this entire time. They want to embarrass and humiliate these old men and prove once and for all that their time is over and it is now the time of Los Perros. All right, let me put in them actually first. Right. Also, yeah, I'm sure Pedro Aguao Jr. would bring up how he had his head shaved by LA Park and how he just knew that he would wait and he would get the opportunity to make him feel that same shame that was felt that he felt that day. So it all ties back in. And you know what? Actually, we're gonna use the angle idea on this. Like Pedro Aguao Jr., he can use a little help. All right, we're gonna have Shocker cut a promo after his match, and it's just gonna be a quick in-ring promo where he's basically gonna just kind of back the technicos. He's basically gonna be like, I just kicked Vampiro's ass, and he's a part of Perros del Mal, and in the main event, my buddy LA Park, Negro Casas, they're gonna beat them again. Who? He's just rallying the crowd. We have Vampiro in the background. Maybe like he just got shaved. He's in the background trying to hide his head. Right, and I mean, I think that's it actually. I don't want to overdo it. I feel like on one of our last pay-per-views, we did way too many angles and we ended up not getting the bonus. So I don't want to jinx it. We're just going to leave it at 3. I think that should be fine. Although, you know, we could use like something just to break up the action here. There's like a ton of matches in a row here. How about we do like a promo from Wagner and Ultimo Guerrero? Let's do that. All right, so this is going to be a real rowdy promo by Ultimo Guerrero, Nicho Millonario, and Dr. Wagner Jr. They're just going to all be backstage talking to Shelly Martinez. And it's basically just the 3 of them kind of hyping each other up. Like, you know, who's the current tag team champions right now? That's my boy, Ultimo Guerrero. Who's the CMLL heavyweight champion right now? That's Wagner Jr. Who used to be Psychosis? That's Nicho Millonario. You know, just kind of hyping each other up and talking about how much cooler and better they are than Blue Panther, Jushin Thunder Liger, and Atlantis. We'll put this after the Steal the Show match and before the Ultimo Dragon match. Alright, so really the only note is that Ultimo Guerrero is a bit unhappy about having to lose his match, but I think that's okay. It's for, you know, I feel like it's for the greater good. You know, we want the Technicos to look strong heading into the main event. That's why a Shocker is winning his match. That's why they're winning in this match. That's why Mistico's winning. We want the Technicos to look really strong so that way it really hits when they lose in the main event. And all right, I guess without any farther ado, wow. It's finally time to run this show. I'm a little scared because I want this show to do really well. I believe the best show we've ever booked was this random 83 episode of CMLL on Televisa. So of course I would like to beat that. I hope we can get an 85 for this. You know, I want people to talk about this show for months. I want them to be talking about it all year until the next one. All right, so I'm gonna put my microphone down and take a sip of water, and then we're gonna run this baby. All right, Anniversario, let's go. All right, 5-on-5 pre-show match. We've got Lizmark Jr., Misterioso Segundo, Brazo de Oro Jr., Brazo de Plata Jr., and Sombra de Plata, defeating the Rudo team of Dr. Ekis, Ramstein, Zoom Zoom Zumbito, El Fantasma Jr., and the veteran Savio Vega. And it got a 47. You know, not as bad as it could have been. Definitely not as bad as it could have been. Lizmark Jr. did a great job of kind of carrying, being the veteran here. Zumbito did okay. Ramstein. Actually, the entire Rudo team did pretty good, except for El Fantasma. Oh, and this was the debut of Arturo Rivera. And it turns out his rating, his gimmick is great. Sombra de Plata's gimmick is getting stale. All right, let's all right, on with the show. All right, our opening match is a tech masterclass between Lance Storm and the returning Norman Smiley, aka Black Magic. And Lance Storm beat him with a sharpshooter in 10 minutes. Wow. It only got a 69. We see here that Black Magic was rusty, which is unfortunate. I didn't consider that. But again, Lance Storm, great. He's a veteran, kind of carried the match, where it needed to be. So thank you, Lance Storm, and thank you, Norman Smiley. All right, this big 30-man leftovers battle royal gets a 60. This was literally just a mishmash of who was not booked on the card. I did not have any plan or any story going into this match whatsoever. Halloween and Damien 666 are somehow here. Yeah, we didn't give the win to any of them. We gave it to the other Perros del Mal member, El Terrible. And let's see, who did he beat? Oh, he eliminated Máscara Año 2000 at the end. Ooh, maybe a little dissension between the Rudos starting. All right, onward. All right, on to the good stuff. We've got El Connect, Mr. Nebla, and El Pantera taking on El Dandy and Los Guerreros de Invierno, Pirata Morgan and Rey Bucanero, and the Rudos get the win here when Pirata Morgan submitted Mr. Nebla with a Saka Otoshi. I don't know what that is. If anybody does, you can please tell me. After blatantly cheating. Oh no, how can you cheat in a wrestling match? How dare you? All right, congratulations to the Rudos. And El Dandy really deserved the win here. He saved our ass on that one pay-per-view, and we will forever be grateful. Yeah, shout out to El Dandy. All right, our Steal the Show match only gets to 65. A little disappointing, but all things considered, not terrible. Let's look at some of the individuals. Oh yeah, Volador Jr. Ricky Martin get the win, or Ricky Martin, Ricky Marvin get the win. Volador Jr. with a 66, Super Crazy with a 74. All right. Milano Collection AT with a 59 and Dragon Kid with a 55. And James Gibson for 58. Considering all of their respective popularities, not bad performances at all by any of them. If we can get any of them recognizable, we'll be in business. Or yeah, 65. All right, the rowdy backstage promo by our heel duo, or Rudo trio. Excuse me, I was completely wrong. Gets a 68. All right, just a nice little promo to break up the action. Take notes, Tony Khan. It's not illegal to book a quick little promo on a pay-per-view. Sometimes people watching at home might want to run to the bathroom for a second. Just saying. All right, and in our first championship match of the evening, in a superb match, Ultimo Dragon defeated his old rival, the Great Sasuke, in 15 minutes, 2 falls to 1 with an Asahi DDT, making his first defense of the middleweight championship, and they got in 81. Great match. Ultimo Dragon got an 85. Sasuke got a 69. The creative finish was a success. Thank God. So yeah, that's 1 for 4. We're 1 for 4 on creative finishes. All right, let's keep up the good luck, shall we? All right, now up next we got a Lucha de Apuestas. Can we see a good rating? Oh no! Oh, what? What? What do you mean the stipulate? Oh no! Am I supposed to? Oh no! I fucked up. Yeah, I guess I was supposed to state that Vampiro loses his hair. Ah, man. All right, well that's user error. User error on my part. So yeah, that's really disappointing. Hopefully it doesn't hurt the show too much. Right, and Negro Casas $6,000 to have his head shaved, so we will give it to him. I can't believe we messed, and we've done these matches before. I can't believe I missed that for Vampiro. Damn. I'm kind of tempted to just do like can we no, we can't have his head shaved here. Damn. All right, we're just gonna have to hold this L, unfortunately. Damn, that stinks. I didn't even look at whatever other notes were there. Oh man, we got a 53. All right, we're gonna shake it off. Did the creative finish hit? I don't even know. All right, we're gonna continue. We just have to continue. All right, 75 promo. The fans were confused why Vampiro didn't have his head shaved, but they forgot about it when Shocker got on the mic. Thank you, Shocker. Damn it, man. All right, our second championship match of the evening. Mistico defeating Mephisto in 17-16 to win the welterweight championship. This is Mistico's second title win here in CMLL and his first singles title. And the match got an 82. Yeah, we definitely needed the creative finish here. I'm glad it hit. He's going with a big 73. He's a double champion now, so I'm gonna assume that he gained even more popularity. And let's see. Yeah, because I don't know if I showed this before, but he's all the way up to a star now. Yeah, wow, 58. All right, well, he came into the month at 57, so maybe he only went up 1 point. But that's okay. He is on the rise. Congratulations, Big Mistico. That was a big match. All right, promo from the Technicos gets to 65. All right, not a total disaster. Not quite as good as we would hope for, but pretty good. All right, our all-star semi-main event, co-main event. Blue Panther, Jushin Thunder Liger, and Atlantis get a big win over Dr. Wagner Jr., Nicho Millonario, and Ultimo Guerrero. When Blue Panther submitted Nicho Millonario. The match itself got an 83. Great match. It deserved better color commentary. Once again, the creative finish hit. All right, we were on a good streak of our creative finishes hitting. Please, I hope it doesn't end with the main event. Please. See any bad notes? I was penalized due to the storyline heat and poor color commentary. All right, well. Oh, and I got a boost from Brazil de Oro's work. All right. All right, well, still a very good match as our co-main event. Will the main event be even better? I hope so. I hope so. All right, pre-main event promo from Perros del Mal. Final words. All right, everybody, it is time. It's the time we've been waiting for. It's why we're all here. It's the main event. The main event. Please do good. I'm closing my eyes. I can't look. Is it good? 84. All right. 84. Big match. In a superb match, Los Perros del Mal, Pedro Gal Jr., Hector Garza, Blue Demon Jr., and Mr. Aguilar defeated Negro Casas, LA Park, Hijo del Santo, and Felino in a bit over 20 minutes. I guess we can read the eliminations. I went through all the trouble of doing them. Mr. Aguilar was the first elimination. Second was Felino. Third was Hector Garza. Oh, wait. Wait, what? No, this isn't what I did at all. What? No, this is not the order. Negro Casas was the final elimination. He was supposed to be shaved. What? All right, I don't know. This isn't the first time I've done all the eliminations in a match and then it comes out not in the order I put them. Unless I just messed it up somehow, but I showed you guys on the screen last time. Maybe I'll go back and look when I watch the video, but I could have swore that Negro Casas was the final elimination. But either way, we're gonna pretend that he was, and he had his head shaved. The match went well. They got an 84. The creative finish hit. We went 4 for 4, I believe. And unfortunately, Ernest Miller put in a pretty weak performance, but that's okay. Still the best match on the card, our main event. All right, yeah, we're just gonna. Hey, we've done it. We succeeded in 86. 86, the best show we have ever booked in front of 25,000 people. What a wild success. Wild success. Couldn't have done it without you guys, the viewers. So you had a part in this too. Round of applause, everybody. Clap it up for yourselves. 86. Damn, we did it. I'm hyped. This could have been even better. Oh man, I can't believe we fucked this up. I can't believe it. Man. All right, but that's okay. Positivity. We just had a good show, right? All right, let's address the locker room. Let's see. Who did we address last? We're gonna give a shout out to Perros del Mal Jr., which we haven't done since the first show. Apparently, I did not look at the individual scores in the main event, but we're gonna praise him for a great performance, anyways. We're gonna give a shout out to Negro Casas for doing the honors and having his head shaved. Man, I can't. Yeah, I guess so. I guess Vampiro's head wasn't shaved, huh? Because it didn't make us give him a bonus. Damn. I was gonna point him out as a good example too, but we'll do it anyways. Whatever. Wow, we made 942,000. Yeah, that's awesome. Hell yeah. And we only went up 1 point in Centro, unfortunately, because the economy is still weak, I believe. Oh, and we get to do a scrum. Oh boy, I love these. You hired Juventud Carrera recently. How do you see him fitting in on the roster? I don't want to give anything away and I don't want to upset anyone, so we're just going to give a neutral answer and say we're going to play it by ear. How are you intending to use your new signing heavy metal? Same story. Don't want to give it away, so neutral answer. We're gonna, avoid the question. CMLL Anniversario 71 is being considered a success. How do you feel? It was a huge success and the whole roster should be very proud of themselves, especially Zumbito. All right, were you surprised that Negro Casas allowed himself to be shaved bald tonight? He's a total pro. I would have been surprised if he protested. But yeah, he's one of our top guys for a reason. Mascara Mahika was off his game tonight. I'm sure it was a one-off. I didn't even notice. And Ultimo Guerrero had an issue with the way you... Oh no, they heard about this? And we brushed it aside and forced him to do it anyways. As head booker, do you think that your wrestlers should just trust that you know best? I really do not want to upset Ultimo Guerrero. If there's anybody we don't want to upset, he's one of them. So let's see. The top answer is true. Sometimes people need to take one for the team, but I feel like that would for sure upset him. It's unfortunate, but it needed to be done for the good of the show. Again, I'm not too sure about that one. Can't please every person seems kind of dismissive. I understand this frustration, but every show needs winners and losers. I know best. Definitely not I know best. All right, so I think it's gonna be between it's unfortunate or I understand this frustration. We're gonna go. I understand his frustration. Hopefully, he is cool about it. All right, no whammies. Let's go. All right, successful show, successful scrum. Everything's coming up CMLL. We've got heavy metal and Juventud Guerrera on the way. We've got double champion Mistico. You know, we're hot. The feedback has been excellent. It seems they really struck gold. Exactly. That's what I'm saying, man. Exactly. All right. All right, so let's read these emails real quick. Blue Panther gets an offer from 01 to go on tour. Okay. Dragon Kid, Jushin Liger, and Milano Collection AT heading back to Japan, of course. Mascara Sagrada possibly heading to 01 as well. Mr. Nebula heading to DDT. All right, so everybody just going to Japan after our big show. We got 215,000 buys. I don't know how many buys the other shows got. I'm gonna assume this one did really well. All right, same amount of viewers. All right, so yeah, that was just to show you guys, to confirm, that was indeed the best show we ever booked. I'm very happy about that. I'm still a little annoyed about the Shocker and Vampiro mishap, but what can you do, right? Oh, and actually, yeah, the main event was the best match we ever booked by 1 point. And the co-main event was the second best match. All right, you know, yeah. Oh, and Mistico versus Mephisto was the third best match. All right, so yeah, just all around best show we've ever booked. All right, that's good stuff. Good stuff. All right, so yeah, that was Anniversario. We have been streaming for 1 hour and 12 minutes. I think it's about time I take my break. Gonna get up, stretch my legs, drink some water. I hope you guys drink some water too. And yeah, I will be back. If you've been enjoying this, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, and yeah, I'll see you in a minute. All right, everybody, I'm back. It's time for more CMLL action. And all right, yeah, so we just ran Anniversario, our biggest show of the year. It was a pay-per-view. And yeah, no rest for the weary. We're heading straight into a CMLL on Televisa. Just to show you guys, I actually went and wrote down these Televisa cards on the secondary notepad just to kind of keep them a secret. You know, I didn't want to give anything away before our biggest show of the year. So we're just gonna go ahead and cut this. All right, let's run the shows. Get this out of here. All right, so as you see, I've got some stuff planned for this Televisa, and I only have one thing planned for the next one. Yeah, that's okay. All right, so we definitely need to call Jushin Liger back in. Let's go ahead and do that. Let me see something. Is Ultimo Guerrero not upset? Oh, he's still pleased. All right, so he was irritated by the booking, but ultimately not a huge deal. All right. We'll give him a bonus anyways. Here, how's a nice 5 grand do you? All right, now that we've given 5 grand to Ultimo Guerrero, It is time for CMLL on Televisa. I can't believe that we were gonna draw so many fans that we literally couldn't find the venue big enough. Maybe next time we'll go with a generic venue. Because if we're booking a 25,000 seat arena when we could be drawing 50,000 people, we're kind of just leaving money at the table. Oh, whoops, I did this backwards. So yeah, we're just kind of leaving money on the table if we do it like that. All right, we're gonna run. Speaking of leaving money on the table, we are not gonna do that here. We're gonna run this venue. I don't feel like reading that. 6,000 fans. Okay. All right, let's go for some more creative finishes. Oh, bit of a gamble, no. A big gamble. All right, even worse. All right, can you guys do me a solid here and give me one good one? A safe bet for Mistico. All right, that's useful. All right, on to the backstage or locker room incidents. I mean, Lance Storm, but also La Plata bonding recently. Fun. And speaking of Lance Storm, he trained a bunch of people. Okay. All right, that's the only things that happened. Just two things involving Lance Storm. All right, and we are coming directly after our biggest show of the year. So, yeah, we've got not necessarily some big matches, but we do have some star power on this show. So we're gonna book the main event first. It's gonna be Shocker at LA Park reuniting. All right, so the tag team is reforming for one night only, and they will be taking on. I have Perro Jr. and Blue Demon Jr. written down, but I'm gonna call an audible here. I'm gonna go with Hector Garza because I realize Hector Garza has history in the save with LA Park, so I think that makes a bit more sense. Also, while we're here, can we look at their popularity real quick? All right, yeah, so Perro Jr. definitely gained some popularity from winning the main event. Oh, as did Hector Garza. Okay. Did the Technicos lose popularity? He lost like about a point everywhere. That's okay. It's not ideal, but it's not terrible. As long as he didn't like drop 5 points, it's okay. All right, just like they did last night, we're gonna have Perros del Mal take the win here in our main event, and we're gonna have it be we're gonna do outside interference finish. So Shocker, of course, is going to be attacked by who else but Vampiro. He's upset that he lost last night. And maybe the story can be like, last night we had a lucha de apuestas, and Vampiro, you showed the ultimate disrespect by running away before we could shave your head. So that would explain why he didn't get his head shaved. He just said, fuck this, I'm out. I'm not following your rules. And he bounced. He ran out of there. All right, so that's our main event. I've got a pretty cool co-main event. time we're going to be doing 3v3 Lucha Libre action. I've got El Hijo del Santo, which again, can I look at his popularity, please? All right, yeah, I guess all the technicos maybe went down just 1 point. That's not bad. It's not bad. That definitely worth it in the end. We've got Hijo del Santo. We've got double champion Mistico, and we've got Volador Jr. Let's take a look at Volador Jr. while we're here. He's getting pretty popular. And they're going to take on Los Invernales, Viernes, Mephisto, and Super Crazy. All right, and we're going to give them 13 minutes. We're going to make this our Steal the Show match. Right, and you know, Santo unfortunately had to be on the losing end of things last night, so we're gonna let him get some of his heat back, as they say, and have him get the win here. I don't care who he beats. Let's see, and do we have a finish we can use? Probably not. I think we used everything. Oh, we have a safe. Oh, we have a safe bet for Mistico. Damn. You know what? We're gonna use that, and we're gonna have Mistico get the win, I guess. All right, cool. All right. Hopefully, this is one of the Steal the Show matches to score above a 70. Please, guys. And somebody right outside my window is they're listening to "Tell Me Let the Wind Sweep You Off Your Feet." And you know, I like that song. I like that song a lot. I kind of miss that general era of what they call it, adult alternative music. You know, I feel like I didn't appreciate it at the time, but as I get older, I'm kind of like, you know, this music's it's chill, man. It's chill. What's another good one? I can't see. I'm listening to the music that I'm playing right now, so I can't think of the song, but or I can't think of the band name, but Cable Car Over My Head is a good one. You know, everyone knows I'm in. That's a good song. Break Even by The Script, the Dwayne Reed classic. You know, pharmacies were never the same after that song came out. You know, karaoke and pharmacy classic. I'm trying to book and also talk about random songs at the same time. It's not really working out. All right, apparently this was supposed to be Hector Garza, but since we subbed him into the main event, we're just gonna pull a swap and have Blue Demon Jr. begin this match. So we got Blue Demon versus Blue Panther, some blue on blue violence. We're gonna let them go 12 minutes, and I mean, Perros del Mal, they have all this momentum. They won in the main event. They shaved Negro Casas bald. So we're gonna have them just keep it up, and we're gonna have Nicho get the win. He was on the losing end of things last time, so we're gonna have him get a little get back. Tainted win. We're gonna do outside interference. No, I lied. I lied. I'm a dirty liar. All right, Blue Demon Jr. is going to get the win. Outside interference, we're gonna have Felino attacked by none other than Pero Aguayo Jr. What is this guy's problem? He already beat them last night, and he's already gonna be in the main event, and he's still like out here attacking people in their matches. Hell yeah, damn right he is. We don't have a Blue Demon Junior finish, no. Okay. We have a Negro Casas. I don't even think I booked him on this card. Oh, we have a Dr. Wagner. Damn, is he booked on this card? Let me see. All right, but yeah, they're gonna steal the win here once again over the technicos. Oh, you know what? Perfect. Perfect. All right, kind of picking up from our big all-star trios match last time. This is going to be kind of an all-stars 4-on-4. So on one side, we're going to have Ultimo Dragon, Jushin, Thunder Liger, the Great Sasuke, and Grand Hamada. And they're going to take on the all-star Rudo team of Dr. Wagner Jr., Universo Dos Mil, Ultimo Guerrero, and Rey Mugen. All right, and I think we're gonna give this a 12. Probably is good. And by way of having a creative finish, Dr. Wagner Jr. is gonna get the win. And you know, I think I'm gonna have him beat. Let's see. I'm gonna have him beat Great Sasuke. We're gonna make it tainted. Yeah, so I just thought it would be fun to team all these guys up, all these Japanese legends. You know, Dragon, Liger, Sasuke, and Hamada. And yeah, you know, what better team for them to face than a bunch of cool Rudos and Universo. Oh, got him. All right, and then we've got our Tech Masterclass. We're gonna have Lance Storm this time teaming with Norman Smiley. So Norman Smiley getting another opportunity to knock the rust off. He'll be taking on the technico team of, or I mean the technical Rudo team actually of El Dandy and Virava Morgan. All right, so they enjoyed teaming up so much last night. They're doing it again. And you know, I was thinking of having the technicals win here. Man, who should win here? Oh, now they're listening to "Have You Ever Seen the Rain" by who sings "Have You Ever Seen the Rain"? I can't remember. But again, another good song. Whoever's playing this music has pretty good taste. Oh damn, definitely Pirata Morgan. All right. We're gonna have him beat Black Magic, but he's gonna cheat. We're gonna have put Fuerza Guerrera at ringside, and we'll have him provide a distraction. All right, 78 minutes down, only 7 minutes to go. All right, this was a well balanced and well booked show. Did we miss anybody important? I'm sure we did. Yeah, Negro Casas. We're probably just gonna give him a promo. You know, he's gonna be backstage. Let's just do that. He's gonna be backstage, being interviewed by Shelly Martinez, and she's gonna ask him, like, last night you lost in the main event, you had your head shaved. How are you holding up? And he's got like a black towel over his head. He's kind of hiding like his head in shame. But yeah, at some point in the interview, he's just gonna like whip off the towel and be like, but I'm not ashamed because I fought and I gave it everything I had, and in the end, it took them cheating and interfering and blah 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 to get the win. So I refuse to stop fighting. Jesus. All right, so he's beaten or he's down, but he's not out. Is the message we're conveying? What else? All right, down but not out. Should we do another promo? I mean, well, we should, but who should it be? Is there anybody not wrestling that could cut a promo? I think we're gonna do a backstage Perros del Mal. All right, so we're gonna have Perros del Mal backstage. They've got girls with them. They're popping bottles. Yeah, essentially they're just kind of partying and having a good time because they got the big W last night. They're feeling good. They're feeling good. They proved their point. They stood 10 toes down, as they say. They stood on business. Yeah, we're gonna have all of them in there. Vampiro with his head not shaved. He skipped out on the shaving part. So very shameful of him to be there. Mistico, we got El Terrible. Let's see. Can I remember everybody in this group? This is the challenge every week. Okay, there's Damian. There's Halloween. There's Better Off. There's Hector Garza. I think that might be everyone. All right, this is actually, we're gonna say this is pre-taped and that this was taped last night after the show. So yeah, basically this is gonna be them like outside the arena, but like they're partying, they're popping bottles, they got girls with them. They're wearing their nice button-down Perros del Mal shirts. Maybe we put this at the beginning of the show. Who else? Who else? Alina and LA Park. Alright, so pretty much this promo will, anyone who didn't catch the pay-per-view will be caught up to speed at the start of the show. Alright, no angle idea. Just do your best, Pedro, please. I believe in you. We'll have this be after the Tech Master class. You know, you always like to start with the Tech Master class. All right, you're never going to believe this. We're going to book a big brawl at the end of the show. When have we ever done this before? So, Perros del Mal, they cheat to get the win. You know, there's interference by Vampiro. And the technicos, they're not going to take that lion down. So, a big brawl starts. We got Vampiro. We got Hector there. All right, let's just say the other guys all run out too. So we got Blue Demon Jr., we got Halloween, Damien, Payoff just be in the background. Terrible, you also just be in the background. And I wish they had the stables here. Or, you know, I'm just going to say that to everyone. All right, on the technical side, we're going to have Hijo del Santo run back out there. Or, you know what? God, we're going to have to switch all this. We're going to have them come out and make the save. Damn it. All right, so we're just going to have them go from fighting to being attacked. All right, we got Perro. Nicho. Oh, I had missed Nicho. Garza. Halloween. Oh, wait, no. Damien. Blue Demon Jr. El Terrible and Payoff still just stay in the background, please. Thank you. All right, so they're being attacked by a bunch of people, and we're gonna have El Santo making the save, Mistico making the save, Blue Panther making the save, Felino making the save. Negro Casas is going to run out there. He's probably going to be the last one to run out to really pop the crowd. He's going to run out there with their freshly shaven head. Who else? I feel like I'm maybe missing someone. Atlantis. I'm trying to think of who else is beefing with them. I think that's everyone, right? So how about we make this part 1 minute? A huge brawl breaks out, or a kind of a beatdown and a save. Again, 3 minutes foreshadowing. We're gonna have we gotta redo basically everyone in this. Oh jeez. All right, we're just gonna go one person at a time. Atlantis, background player. Blue Demon Jr. This is the problem with starting huge stables. When you want to book an angle like this, it is hell. And trust me, I know I've done it in 2 separate saves. I didn't learn my lesson. Blue Panther, background. Damien, Hijo del Santo is also rocking the mic. He knows how to rock the mic right. El Terrible is already in the background. Felino. Halloween. Background. Hector Garza, who really should speak, but doesn't have the mic skills, so background. LA Park, same thing. I can't wait till Mistico gains some mic skills. Casas. Alright, so I guess while I'm doing all this, I can explain the angle to you. So essentially, Pero Agual Jr. is gonna grab the mic and he's gonna talk some shit, you know, about how like this is our company now, this is our ring. You guys can't stand up to us, and we proved that last night. We shaved Negro Casas, and Negro Casas is gonna get on the mic and he's gonna be like, you know, we'll never stop fighting against you. We're always gonna keep coming after you. And Pedro Agual Jr. is pretty much gonna be like, you know, you might think you're gonna keep coming after us, but we're done with you. We've already embarrassed you, Negro Casas. We did that last night. But up next, I think it's time that Los Perros, you know, I think we will look good with some gold, you know, some gold and some girls. You know what I'm saying? So essentially, it's gonna challenge Santo, Mistico, and Blue Panther. He's gonna say, next up, we're gonna take away those belts. At which point, Santo would get on the mic himself, and he would basically rebuke them. I rebuke thee. All right, so there's 10 million people in this angle. We're giving them 5 minutes. This is going to be after the main event. I really hope it does well. And you know, we got 5 minutes. We'll give Shocker a promo too. Why not? He won his match last night. Shelly. Oh, geez, I'm pressing the wrong button.
This is a stupid dope mix.
All right, so just nice and simple. Shocker and LA Park backstage of Shelly Martinez. Basically, you know, one night reunion for the former tag team champions coming after Perros del Mal. You know, they've got unfinished business with these guys. They're the rivalry is real, the heat is real. Also, Shocker can complain that he could be like, you know, I challenged Vampiro to a lucha de apuestas and he accepted, but then after I beat him, he ran away like the coward he is. He ran away like a dog with its tail between its legs. And that's what Los Perros del Mal are. Los Perritos. We'll leave it hype for now, but we might change it. Let's see. All right, so we've got a surprise, foreshadowing. This is hype. This is storyline development, and this is character. All right, so I think we're good. I think we're good to get the bonus. The card's looking pretty good. Should we book another pre-show match? Why not? Let's slap something together. Trios, one fall. Give me Arcangel. Give me Ramstein. And give me, is El Dandy? Yeah, El Dandy's on the card already. Let's give me Fuerza. They'll take on Misterioso. Let's see, who else? Misterioso, Olympico, and Explosivo. All right, 8 minutes, random little match. We're gonna give the win to Fuerza Guerrera, the man who is notoriously ice cold. Has the worst momentum I have ever seen in the game. We're gonna give him a win. All right, so that's gonna do it. We got an 86 on the pay-per-view, and before that, we were kind of on a good streak of scoring, at least in the 80s. So I'm hoping this show gets, like, I don't know, at minimum an 80, or no, let's say at minimum an 82. An 82 is where we're. All right, pre-show match with Arcángel de la Muerte, Ramstein, Fuerza Guerrera defeating Misterioso, Segundo, Olímpico, and Explosivo. Gets a 50. Not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. Nobody got injured. Nobody got hurt. Good job. All right, onto the televised portion of the event. We see Lance Storm and Norman Smiley teaming up for the first time ever. Or I don't know if it's the first time ever, but teaming up to take on El Dandy and Pirata Morgan. And the Rudos, El Dandy and Pirata Morgan, steal a win. Oh, Fuerza Guerrera also involved here. And unfortunately, Black Magic, Norman Smiley, still rusty. We'll keep putting him in matches. Maybe for a while we'll start putting him on the pre-show. I should have thought about that before I booked this, but you know, the match still got a 66. Not bad. All right, this is a pre-taped angle. This is footage from last night after the Anniversario pay-per-view of Perros del Mal partying, essentially, and burying all the technicos. Gets a 62. All right, we've got all-star action here. Special attraction. Ultimo Dragon, Jushin Liger, the Great Sasuke, and Grand Hamada took a loss against Dr. Wagner Jr., Universal Dos Mil, and Los Guerreros de Infierno, being Ultimo Guerrero and Rey Bucanero. All right, so yeah, I really made this match because I just thought it would be cool to throw all the Japanese legends together, but then I ended up giving the win to the Rudos because, well, one, they lost last night on the pay-per-view, so I kind of want to, you know, I want them to bounce back. And two, we had a Dr. Wagner creative finish, and it was a success. All right, so cool little match here. Oh, the Great Sasuke was really off his game though, and the match could have had better color commentary. We need to keep our eyes peeled for color commentators. You know, it might end up being Lillian Garcia. We will see. All right, Negro Casas promo gets a 70. All right, so you know, even though he lost and had his head shaved last night in Infierno en el Ring, which I forgot to even explain what that match is. Basically, our version, it's a big elimination style Hell in a Cell match with weapons. So just basically one big brawl between 8 guys. And yeah, the final elimination had their head shaved. All right, those are the rules of the match. So Negro Casas, even though he lost, the people are still with him, and he is holding his bald head high. All right, gets a 7. All right, up next, some trios action. You see Perros del Mal, Blue Demon Jr., Nicho, El Milenario, and Mr. Aguila get the win over the technical team of Blue Panther and Atlantis, who were successful last night, and Felino, who was a part of the losing team in the main event. Unfortunately, this match also got dinged for deserving better color commentary. You know, I think that's kind of it's kind of a shame when you get those notes, because it's basically telling you like, hey, the thing that you booked is actually too good. It's too good. The guy doing color commentary didn't know what to say about it because you booked too good of a match. So yeah, never great. Wow. An 85 steal the show match? Are you kidding me? Wow. Wow, that's insane. Well, all right, damn, this is obviously the best steal the show match we've ever booked. And I think now our new best match, it seems that every show we book, we continually beat our own records. But yeah, Ihilo Santo, Mistico, and Volador Jr. score a huge win over Los Infernales. Yeah, and one of the best matches of the year. They definitely stole the show. Mistico so close to a 70. Santo 87 really carried the match, if we're being honest. Although Mephisto and Super Crazy also did good. Of course, we've been having a lot of luck with these creative finishes. So yeah, it was a success. Great match. Damn. I don't want to leave this screen. I want to screenshot it. But I'm not going to. All right, Shocker cuts a promo calling Vampiro a coward for running away and not having his head shaved like a man. Gets a 68. I mean, it probably took Vampiro long to grow, to grow hair long enough to do these braids. So I get it, man. All right, and our main event match gets a 75. Pedro Jr. and Hector Garza defeat Shocker and LA Park with a little bit of help from Vampiro. So the technicos fail to get revenge here. Once again, Perros del Mal still on top. All right, and we're going into our big show closing angle. Please don't bomb. All right, a 68. It didn't bomb. In an angle that had basic damn near the whole fucking roster. We get a 68. We've got Perros del Mal attacking Shocker and LA Park after the match, and then all the technicos, a bunch of them, all the warriors run out to even the odds, and a challenge is thrown out there. A challenge is laid out for the Trios Championships, and Hijo del Santo accepts. All right, 77. A great show by us. A little disappointing seeing a 77 when we had the best match we've ever booked on the show, but that's okay. That's okay. Man, had I known this was going to be the best match, I would have definitely made it the main event. Although I don't think it would have made sense storyline. We made a cool 93 thou. Something light. Oh, all right. This show gained this more popularity. Okay, that's interesting. Take a sip of some water there. Our hot streak continues. Once again, we struck gold. Thank you, Liger. Starman is back. He had a broken collarbone. I actually saw that right before the stream. Yeah, happy to have him back. I'm sad he missed both Anniversario and the show right after it, but what can you do? 700,000 people watched last night. That's great. Whoa, Wagner Jr. throwing his boy Universal Dos Mil under the bus. Damn, Wagner, that's cold. That's cold. You guys were a trio. You guys are boys. What are you talking about, bro? What are we talking? Relax, Wagner. We booked you to win the match. What do you want? Oh, and Savio Vega says Explosivo has poor in-ring psychology. I mean, his psychology isn't that great, but he's also only, 3 years in. I think, he deserves more time to develop. He, based on his fundamentals and even his aerial and flashiness, he seems promising. I don't know. Yeah, Savio, you may be a little off the mark on this one. You may be a little too harsh on the kid. Take it easy, brother. Six Pac, too hard to work. What? He showed up too hard to work. Will this be the end of Six Pac in the company? Time will tell. That makes me feel like it won't be. Time will tell. That makes me seem like they're not gonna fire him. But yeah, you definitely don't want to be doing that, man. That's a rookie move. Rookie move, man. Amateur hour. Again, I want to show you this. I guess we're tracking this now. All right, but new best match just dropped. Santo Mistico and Volador Jr. defeated Los Invernales. New best match, new PB. All right, so a new high bar. All right, yeah. So let's advance. It was a huge weekend for CMLL. Right. Oh, Blue Panther possibly heading to 0-1. All right. I hope that doesn't affect our booking plans. Right, let's advance some more. I guess yeah. While we're on the loading screen, we can talk about this. So yeah. That was our big pay-per-view, obviously. Anniversario. The next big main event that we have or that we know about is Leyenda de Azul on October 8th. But that's not going to be our next pay-per-view. So let's see. Our next pay-per-view is gonna be is it gonna be this? Well, yeah, I think it's yeah, it's not gonna be that. It's not gonna be Televisa. Oh, thank you, Ghosty Thoughts. Thank you for saying you like the series. What mod did you make? Because I really love this one. I have some opinions about some people's stats, but overall, I have been enjoying the mod. All right, yeah. Basically, what I'm trying to say is that Leyenda del Azul will be a one-night tournament, most likely, unless I change my mind. Oh well, you know what? Actually, I'm seeing now October 8th is actually a Super Viernes. Why don't we just hold off and make Leyenda del Azul the next pay-per-view? It's not as prestigious or important of a tournament as Leyenda de Plata, but we could run it on pay-per-view and then not have that main event though. Like we can do other storyline matches. I think that could be cool. Oh, so you've made the It All Begins Again It Never Ends mod, you mean? I have that one downloaded, although I didn't transfer anything over. I definitely should transfer over at least some of the wrestlers. I remember I wanted Gamonito, and for some reason he wasn't showing up as on the list of transferable people. I don't know why, and I kind of just never figured it out. All right, yeah, new update next week. I'll check it out. Oh, Alfonso Morales. What? Hold up, hold up. All right, so Alfonso Morales has handed in his notice. That is not good. And he's unwilling to negotiate. Wow, he's had in the AAA. All right, well, I mean, I guess that means that Alfonso Morales is now going to be doing events. Or I mean Miguel Linares, excuse me. All right, so cool. That's fine. At least we have Arturo Rivera here now, so it's not too much of a blow. You know, I hate to see him go, but we'll be okay. Whoa, Mascherano dos Mil. Why? Why are people just leaving? Excuse me? Like, he's irritated. Whoa, we didn't book him in that battle royal and he's pissed. Oh no. Oh no. We like renegotiate? Damn, he's leaving. No. What are we gonna do with Los Hermanos Dinamita? That's not good. All right, well, that's unfortunate. You know, that's two partners of Wagner Jr. just quitting the company now, with Mascara Año Dos Mil, and before that Silver King. That sucks. Our locker room morale is excellent though. So I'm a bit surprised. That people are just up and leaving. Thankfully, it's nobody too important. But yeah, Mascara Año Dos Mil, yeah, it's kind of a blow. He's got decent. He's not the best in the ring, but he's got decent popularity. I like teaming him with Universal Dos Mil. Yeah, he'll be missed. So it turns out it was a dark Tuesday, September 28th for us. It was a sad day. Two guys put in their 2 weeks notice. I guess they're 1 month notice. Oh, Rikishi injured. Oh, swollen calf muscle. Not good. So if you don't mind me asking, and being instead of just reading the changelog, is there anything like specific you're gonna add? Like, is it just gonna be more guys? Or, oh, oh, in your Discord or the GDS page. Oh, okay. I mean, yeah. If I see anything specific, I'll try to like write it down or keep it in mind. And yeah, I can let you guys know on the forum, sure. I mean, there's definitely one person. Hold on. I saw this earlier. Oh, Kotaro Suzuki? Yeah, maybe I'm just a mark for this guy, but I think he was, you know, a little underwhelmed by these stats, I'll say. I think his technical could be a bit better. I think maybe even his aerial could be a little bit better. But yeah, in my from my memory, Kotaro Suzuki, he was definitely a hooper back then, you know. Him and Ricky Marvin really tore it up in some of those matches. Although then again, I could be thinking of matches that happened like after 2004, like 05, 06. Oh, Japan got buffed. That's nice. Yeah, I also thought Kenta, his stats were a little then again, to be fair, I kind of understand with people like Kenta and Mistico who are so young in 2004, you know, maybe you don't want to start them off with amazing stats at like 21 years old. You know, because they do get better over time. Marty Wright sign. Isn't this guy Isn't this the boogeyman? Yeah, I think this is the boogeyman. Oh, Daniel Pewter. Is he gonna try to shoot on Kurt Angle in this universe too? Man, in retrospect, what a stupid thing to do. They put you on TV and you're in the ring with Kurt Angle and you're like, you got to prove that how much of a tough guy and a badass you are. And you know, it's 2004, man. It's not like MMA was super popular back then. I mean, I guess it was on the rise. Let's see what AAA, how good their show went. 68, they've got nothing on us. They're not even touching us. Please stop jobbing out Juventud. You know, they're specifically jobbing him out to the Silver Cat guy a lot, but it's like, is this really the guy you want to give this push to? Oh yeah, Camelito and Camalito will be in the next update. Awesome. Oh, 16 new active companies, 1,000 plus workers. All right, I'm gonna have to check that out for sure. I think also I was looking through people to see if Shima was in here, and I guess I haven't imported him yet. But yeah, why is this the guy they're giving the push to? On, you know, they're using Juventud to job to this random guy. Is there nobody better that you could have him put over? I'm like insulted. Well, at least they didn't job out heavy metal on this show. Yeah, I have the last version of the original, so there's no Dragon Gate. There's none of the Puerto Rican companies that were added. And yeah, I'm pretty sure I didn't import anyone. I think I was going to import just Gamonito and I couldn't find them, and then I just kind of gave up immediately. So yeah. Hey, Heavy Metal's gone from AAA and he's here. Woo! Johnny Nitro. Oh, do we have him like shortlisted? Yeah. Hey, and Juventud Guerrera is also here. Woo! Oh, AAA not wasting any time offering a contract to Mascherano Los Mil. I mean, it definitely can't hurt to have a guy with like 57 pop. It definitely doesn't hurt. So good move by them. I'm still surprised they haven't brought in Silver King. It just seemed obvious to me. You know, you'd want to bring him in. Hey, oh yeah, Shane Hagedorn. Oh, this isn't the guy I was thinking of, but I never liked Shane Hagedorn or that other guy, the fat blonde-haired guy that would hang around Kings of Wrestling. I always thought it was weird. You've got Chris Hero back when he was in pretty decent shape. You've got Claudio, you've got Sarah Del Rey, you've got Larry Sweeney doing all the talking for them, and then they just have like these dudes with them, these like hanger-ons, and I always thought it was weird. But anyways, with all that said, I'm gonna do something that we rarely ever do. I'm gonna take a second break. Because yeah, my cup of water I forgot to refill it last time. So yeah, I kind of want a little bit more water, and I gotta use the bathroom. So when I come back, we're gonna book some CMLL on. We're gonna book some Super Viernes. All right, so stick with me, folks. Don't go anywhere. All right, we're back. Actually cut that break short for once. So yeah, rare second break, rare short break. It's time for some Televisa action. You know, I think I want to keep booking Jushin Liger. He is really good. So yeah, we're just gonna keep bringing him in. You know, he's actually in New Japan, and I think Endo on handshake deals. So at some point, I might just offer him. a handshake deal myself, but for now we'll keep doing it this way. Dragon Kid and Milano Collection AT, on the other hand, are definitely on exclusive contract, so we have to borrow them. Which means we have to remember to turn them Technico every time. Alright, his gimmick is awful, but you know, if for whatever, I think if you borrow the same wrestler multiple times, the game should remember if you like made them a Rudo or Technico, or if you change their gimmick, it just kind of defaults them back to whatever they are in New Japan, and I kind of don't like that. I should say that on the Grey Dog forums. The Big Milkman is rating with a party of 7. Whoa, shout out to the Big Milkman. Hello. Hello, Milkman. We have yet to meet, but I like your style. Milano Collection is amazing at being a Rudo, so we're just gonna leave him as that. Alright, you guys are all here just in time to watch me slap together an episode of Super Viernes, because we have no plans going into this one. So yeah, it's time to have some fun. Yeah, shout out to the Milkman, Kira. Where are we going? All these venues are too big. We'll head to Arena Neza. Uh-oh. Lizmark Jr. turned up so wasted on hard drugs that he had to be sent home as he was in no condition to work. As his employer, you now have to choose how to deal with the situation. Alright, well, showing up to work on hard drugs is definitely not good. But you know, this guy has a clean record, right? He's never done anything like this before. And you know, rather than just kicking him out, we're gonna give him a second chance. We're gonna give him a stern warning. So we're basically gonna be like, look, man, get out of here, get your shit together, don't do this again. You know, come on, man, you're an adult. Get it together. Nothing noteworthy has resulted from it. All right, so he was too high. He didn't even hear us trying to set him straight. Somebody kind of just guided him out the door. All right. Potential AAA hire, Lizmark Jr. Oh, sorry. Have I figured out the virus thing? Yes. Yeah, we made Lance Storm the new head trainer. He's got the natural trainer attribute, and he's just overall like really good. So yeah, we kind of upgraded. Nitro has a character idea. All right. Infierno, angle idea. That now you're talking. Ooh, Elconnect taking Zerus under his wing. I mentioned Zerus is actually Pentagon Jr., except he's 19 years old. So, you know, not a bad mentor to have, Elconnect. All right, so given the recent development that Mascara Año Dos Mil is on his way out, I think it's only right that we give him the we give him the treatment. He's got to do the job on the way out, the same way Juventud and Heavy Metal did in AAA. So let's see, we can do. Or you know what, actually, Ultimo Dragon and Great Sasuke have chemistry as tag partners, so we're gonna do a tag match. Do Ultimo Dragon and the Great Sasuke taking on Mascara Año Dos Mil. And let's go with Apollo Dantes. Why not? Give him a nice, easy 12 minutes. It's just Super Viernes. No need to go out there and have a Tokyo Dome performance, but have a good match. And we'll give the win to Ultimo Dragon. Good match, and we're gonna have, of course, Jushin Thunder Liger once again will be at ringside. Who's road agenting this? Sasuke? Or we'll let Savio Vega do. Alright, so a kind of fun match. You know, we're not jobbing him too hard, alright? He's jobbing to legit stars. He's not jobbing to, what was that guy's name? Silver Cat? That would be like the equivalent of if we jobbed him out to like Zumbito. Or, I don't know. Sombra de Plata. Alright, and since we brought in all those guys from Japan, let's book them in a match together. So we've got Jushin Liger and the two proteges of Ultimo Dragon, Dragon Kid, and Milano Collection AT. Now let's see, who can they face? Oh, I know, they can face El Dandy, Fuerza Guerrera, and Pirata Morgan, the old guy crew. You know, the meanest grandpas you've ever seen versus cool Japanese junior heavyweights. All right, again, we're just gonna give this match 12 minutes. You know, let's let Dragon Kid get the win here. I feel like Dragon Kid and Milano Collection could use the pop. I think where is that? Sorry, buddy. All right, another fun match. All right, let's try to get a main event going. We know tomorrow in the game on Televisa we're gonna do a trios title match. So maybe we do something like Santo, Mistico, and Blue Panther in a non-title match with some Rudos. So how about Santo, Mistico, and Blue Panther? We do Dr. Wagner Jr., Universo Dos Mil, the better Dos Mil. And should we throw Ultimo Guerrero in there? I feel like we're always sticking them together. Yeah, why not? We're doing it. We're doing it. Screw it. I mean, we almost did this exact same match as a title match, except it was Rey Bucanero. So, you know, this is just another chapter in the story. Of course, we're going to let Santo get the win. It's the main event. We'll give him 16, not 15. One more. Oh, let's do. Yeah, if you don't do this, they just win 2 straight. I don't want them to bury them, you know? So yeah, 2-1. Alright, non-title. Alright, cool match. And you know what, actually? I changed my mind. We're gonna replace Panther with Negro Casas. With the reasoning being that, yeah, Casas, you know, he has big beef with them. He was shaved bald, actually, so I think I would actually like him to be in the main event. And we're gonna replace Universo with Nietzsche. So the same team from the pay-per-view. I think that actually spices it up a little. We're gonna have Santo get the win here. So Perros del Mal, they've been winning a lot lately over the technicos, and we're gonna let the technicos get one over here. Hold on. That should be a great main event, honestly. All right, and since the technicos are winning in the main event, let's just have Perros del Mal, you know, cause some havoc lower on the card. So we'll do Pedro Val Jr. We'll do Blue Demon. Let's switch it up, you know. Let's do Damien and Halloween. All right, who are they taking on? They're taking on Montes. Bellino, Landstorm, and Black Magic. What a match. Oh, definitely not a War Games. I don't know why I clicked that. And it's just going to be 10 minutes. Nothing too fancy. Perros del Mal going to do their thing. They're going to come out and make everybody mad. They're going to cheat a bunch. And they're going to win the match. We'll let Blue Demon Jr. get the win. I'll let the game decide who he beats. And the match will be open. Who's in this one actually? Can we write their names in? Thank you, just so I know what I'm looking at here. All right, we've got some more people to book. Let's do another 3v3. All right, we got LA Park, Shocker, and a mystery third person. All right, LA Park, Shocker, and someone else. You know what? Perfect. Blue Panther. Boom. All right, and we're gonna have them take on. Let's see. Do Hector Garza. Vampiro, yes. Man, we gotta figure out how to. I know exactly how we're gonna debut heavy metal. I don't know what we're gonna do with Hooven, dude. So we're probably gonna have to figure that out for the next episode. All right, but for right now, let's focus back in on this. Ooh, Mr. Aguilar, yes. All right, so some more technicos versus Perros del Mal action. We've been having the technicals lose a lot. I think what we're gonna do here, this is kind of cheap. It's kind of cheap of me, I know. Nobody get mad. We're gonna have the technicals win, but it's gonna be a DQ. DQ non-comeback. Alright, Perros del Mal, being the bastards that they are, we're gonna have Damien 666 is gonna come out and attack Halloween, LA Park. And here we're gonna have Shocker attacked by Halloween. And Blue Panther attacked by El Terrible. All right, so maybe we say the technicos were looking good. They were looking like they were gonna get the win, but Perros del Mal, they just weren't having it, you know. So they were just like, fuck the match, get them, get them, boys. Oh, we need to steal the show in a tech masterclass. Can't forget that. We're gonna have this come right after this. So 2 back-to-back Perros del Mal's matches. All right, steal the show, of course. We need our boy Volador Jr. And did we just do Ricky Marvin, I guess, again? As per usual. Have we ever done just this match straight up? James Gibson and Tarzan Boy versus Ricky Marvin and Volador? Oh. Alright, well. Of course, I say this every time. Every time I'm about to book James Gibson to lose a match, it's like, I know I'm trying to push this guy, but yeah, they gotta lose here. Alright, so steal the show. Once again, Volador Jr. will get the win, but we'll spare James Gibson. We'll have him beat Tarzan Boy. Mephisto can be at ringside. All right, all that's left to book is a tech masterclass. Let's just get a one-on-one going. Who's left to book? El Connect is always a good option. Who could he face? Connect Black Warrior could be good. El Connect Emilio Charles Jr. All right, who's more popular between Black Warrior and Emilio Charles Jr.? 47. 44. All right, he's facing Black Warrior. Of course, the legendary El Connect gets the win. All right, and that's about it for the show. We've got 4 more minutes. We need a couple promos. We might have to shorten some of these matches. Although I noticed a couple of names surprisingly off the card. Mephisto, Viernes and Super Crazy, and Rainbow Canero. So I'm kind of sad I couldn't get them on the maybe like Like, even if we shorten these matches, we probably can't fit another match on this card. Here, we'll get them on the pre-show. I feel bad. Those are like real guys on the roster. And, you know, Rey Bucanero, Mephisto, Viernes, and Super Crazy. You know, they're having a rough go. They Viernes and Super Crazy didn't win their match at Anniversario. Mephisto lost the welterweight championship, and then they lost the next night in a very good match. So yeah, kind of a shame to leave them out in the cold. Alright, so let's give them El Pantera, Mr. Niebla, Olympico, and Super Delphin. All right, 8-minute match. Mephisto will get his heat back. He'll get the win here. I mean, man, it really sucks that we can't get this on the card. This is only 10 minutes. Yeah, we just booked too many matches. So yeah, sorry. This is gonna have to be a really stacked pre-show match. We'll give him 10. I feel a bit bad about that, but whatever. It is what it is. All right, let's book a Hijo del Santo promo. We got Santo, we got Casas. They're going to be in the main event. And you know what? Actually, no. This is going to be the show closing promo. How could I forget that we do that every time? So yeah, we're gonna have the technicos close the show, and they're basically gonna cut a promo saying, you know, tomorrow night on Televisa, we're gonna teach those boys some respect, and we're gonna train those dogs. We're gonna teach them to roll over, and that's it. Okay. I made it sound as lame as possible. All right, hyping up the match for tomorrow night. All right, you know we got to give Perros del Mal a promo. Some character development. We're just gonna have them. We'll have this be actually backstage before their matches. All right, so of course it's gonna take us another 10 minutes. Let's get everybody in there. We got Hector, we got Blue Demon, we got Nicho, we got Damien, we got Halloween, we got Perioff, we got El Terrible, and you can't forget about Vampiro. All right, I think that's all of them. I think that was like record time. You know, speedrun world record right there. Right, but of course, he's also going to be addressing the trios title match tomorrow night. He's like, you know, tonight we do whatever the hell we want, and we're not going to listen to anybody's rules, and we're going to show that, like I've been saying, this is our company. And tomorrow night, we show the whole world. We expose the fraud that is Hijo del Santo and his precious golden boy Mistico. Wait till we cut some time. It's already only 10 minutes, so I don't really want to cut anything from that. Maybe we leave. Let's just have Shocker and LA Park cut a promo on them, and that'll be it, I think. Who else is in that match? Shocker, LA Park, and Blue Panther. So Blue Panther is in the background. Or here, we'll have, since this is after their match. Oh, it says Perros del Mal. Oh wait, no, yeah, Pero Jr. is not in that match. Right, okay. All right, so never mind. We're just gonna have him off screen. Hector off screen. All right, just generally cutting a promo on them. Like, you see, they couldn't get it done against us, so they have to attack us from behind and cheat like they always do. And it's not gonna stand. We need to cut 1 minute from something. All right, there you go. Stacked Super Viernes. We're at 91% wrestling. Yeah, it's a very stacked show. We're taking up all the time we can, 112 minutes. And we even have a pre-show match. All right, so let's just get right onto it. What was our last Super Viernes that wasn't a pay-per-view? They got an 81. All right, so you know what? 81. We're going for an 82. Let's see an 82 right now. All right, the star-studded pre-show match. Rey Bucanero, Avierno, and Los Invernales, Mephisto, and Super Crazy. Defeat El Pantera, Mr. Nebla, Olympico, and Super Delphin, and it gets a 65. Yes, I'm so sorry that I put all these guys on the pre-show. I will not let this happen again. You will be avenged. Alright, El Connect and Black Warrior have a tech masterclass, and it does only a 56. Okay, not the greatest match ever, but this is why it wasn't on Televisa, and rather it was on Super Viernes. So thank you, El Connect. Black Warrior, do better, bro. Do better. You're getting outworked by old ass El Connect. He doesn't even have knees. All right, steal the show match of the evening. Bulliter Jr. and Ricky Marvin pick up a win over Los Hombres de Bajavanti, James Gibson and Tarzan Boy. And unfortunately, the crowd not as into them as I am. It gets to 60. All right though, decent match. They can't all be 85 steal the shows, right? Ooh, this match triple dinged. Cosmo Dragon and Great Sasuke defeat Los Hermanos Dinamita team of Máscara Año 2000 and Apollo Dantes, and it gets a 66. Not the worst match ever, but unfortunately, the Great Sasuke was really off his game. Máscara Año 2000 was also really off his game. And Mascarano 2000 and Apollo Dantes don't work well as a team. I should have just put Universo 2000 here. Yeah, that was on me. I decided to switch things up with the team and put Apollo Dantes in there, and I paid dearly. So yeah, switching things up, not always the right move. All right, trios action here. We got Jushin Thunder Liger, Dragon Kid, and Milano Collection AT defeating El Dandy, Fuerza Guerrera, and Pirata Morgan. Gets a 64. The young Dragon Kid goes over. Pretty decent match. Pretty decent. I'm sure the show will start to heat up as we get to the matches higher on the card. Surely. Oh, and just like I said, the show's starting to heat up. We've got a backstage segment with Perros del Mal, all 10 of them. And yeah, they basically reiterate, they're like, we're coming for those trios titles, boys. Soon they're gonna be here. You know, we're gonna have a belt per girl back here. There's only 3. There's only 3 girls. Hey, the match also getting a 73. Okay. Perros del Mal. You see them. I'm not gonna say all their names every time. Defeat Atlantis, Felino, Lance Storm, and Black Magic. I'll say all those names. And it gets a 73. Blue Demon Jr. submitted Lance Storm. Ooh, that sounds like a good one-on-one match to me. That might have to be a tech masterclass somewhere down the line. All right, but good work. All right, and time for even more Perros del Mal. We've got LA Park Shocker and Blue Panther getting a DQ win over Hector Garza, Vampiro, and Mr. Aguila when you know, they just can't they just can't help but to do these things. Vampiro and Damien 666 and Halloween all running in and attacking our technicos. And you know, giving them the win, but you know, not in the way they want, not as satisfying. But nonetheless, the match got a 70. And Shocker cutting his defiant promo right after the match gets a 75. Good. I believe up next is the main event, so please don't let me down, guys. Let's see something good. A 74. All right. A little underwhelming considering the amount of talent in this match. But we'll take it. Santo pinning Nicho Milionario to get the win. Yeah. Don't know what else to say about this match. Just slightly underwhelming, you know. 74 is still a good. Maybe it's because the crowd was only very hot. They weren't like white hot. Maybe that's what it was. Negro Casas was off his game. But still, pretty good match. All right, and we close out the show with the technicos cutting a promo, and it gets a 65. Hey, we got a 77. Not quite an 82, but we'll take it. We'll take it. Definitely considering the actual content of the show and the scores we got, a 77 is a good score for sure. We almost don't deserve it, but we'll take it. We made a small profit. Okay. Oh, and it's October 1st. We're into a new month. Let's see if anybody's contracts are about to come up. If we see a bunch of people we can sign, that's always fun, right? Also, we should look at our financials because we just made some money for the actual profit for the first time last month. So yeah, let's look at that right now. Actually, how do we do? All right, our first 2 months in a row, we go from making 173,000 to 174. All right, we're moving up in the world. You know, things looking up for the company. Just curious about that. Blue Panther has now joined Zero. Oh no. Oh no. That's not good. That is not good. So does that mean we can't book him on this Televisa that we're about to book? Oh. All right, that's not good. Everybody going back to Japan, including Mascara Sagrada and Mr. Nebula. Okay. Not Santo. Oh no. Not Santo being another Zumbito hater. So what's that? So LA Park, Ultimo Dragon, and now Santo? Man, lay off my god. He wasn't even in a match. He wasn't even in a match. He was at ringside. Come on. He's just at ringside doing his thing and we're hating on the kid? Come on. Where's the Carrera? You need to book me more strongly so I can get some momentum. Wow. Straightforward is that guy. Yeah, I know his momentum is, yeah, he's ice cold. Man, should we just, I think what we're gonna do is, do we have some character ideas? Put a safe bet and near certainty. There's definitely more popular people that we can use them on, but can we at least try to get him? Well, I mean, even if both these hit, will they get him back to neutral? Maybe the move is to do a gimmick change. Oh, we have one gimmick idea. Likely, yeah, I think maybe the move is to change his gimmick. So we'll go with let's go with realistic. All right, he's a wily veteran. He what he's lost in like physical ability at his age, he makes up for in experience and skill. So yeah, that's a realistic gimmick if there ever was. Okay. All right, I'm gonna have to try to remember to get to go for gimmick ideas. I hope I don't forget. All right. Oh yeah, and I wanted to look at the news. Is there any? No. All right, surprisingly, no big contracts coming up. Except, although Bob Saget has retired from wrestling. Damn, that's so sad. I can't believe it. He will be missed. All those matches. All right, no contract stuff. All right, we've been doing the stream for just about 3 hours. I think we're gonna call it here. I know we're gonna do the trios title match for our next Televisa, but I don't really have the card planned out so much. So yeah, I think we're just gonna leave it till next time, and we'll figure things out. We may possibly have to delay the match if Blue Panther really is in Japan and we can't book him. Yeah, that was a unforeseen. Yeah, he's in Kanto. So yeah. I wish he took our booking plans into consideration before he agreed to go wrestle in 01. But you know, there's nothing we can do about it now. He's on the other side of the world. So yeah, we might just delay this match until what is it called? Leyenda del Azul. And we're gonna Leyenda del Azul will not be happening on October 8th. It will be happening whenever our next pay-per-view is scheduled. So yeah, most likely this match is going to happen on the next pay-per-view. Okay. And with that being said, you know what, actually, before we get out of here, last thing, I promise. We're gonna look at AAA. Can we see their size, please? Okay, 68, 67. Well, I mean, they haven't gained any popularity since they made this jump from August to September. So hopefully it stays that way now that we've hired Juventud and Heavy Metal. And, you know, we can just go ahead and look at our popularity for comparison's sake. Yeah, we're definitely doing better than them. And, you know, you see there's been steady growth month after month. So yeah, we're on a better trajectory than them. We're gonna keep it up moving forward. Our mission to stomp AAA into dirt continues. All right, so if you like this episode, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and follow me on Twitch at Hijo de Amigo. That's gonna do it for this. I will see you all next time. I'll catch you later. Take it easy.